Hello there, I'm Lucas, and today I want to give you a little overview of a few things which we do in Gdańsk, a mid-sized city in Poland, where we enforced a little different approach that you probably heard in a previous session. So basically, what we do is very much in line in the 4 pillars of ICA Congress. So we are the second-tier destination. That's the small city which you can see here. What's important that in 2023 we are in 84th place in ICA ranking. In 2022 we were at the 164th place, so it's quite a significant improvement for us. That's the city when a lot of things started and a lot of things happened. So probably each day, or at least some days, you name the guy who was born in Gdańsk, so Daniel Gabriel Fahrenheit. The Fahrenheit scale, that's our brother from our city. But as well, Hevelius and Ginter Grassen, for sure. Probably you've heard the name of Lech Wałęsa, the Nobel Prize, Peace Nobel Prize holder. He is also our citizen. This is the short film, if I can. Oh, perfect. So basically, after the short film, I could go and not say anything more, but I would like to give you a little bit more insight. So our main goal, and the funny side of the story is that I'm not a representative of the technological company. I'm a representative of the Gdańsk Convention Bureau and the Gdańsk Tourism Organization, and we own the system and developed it along with the technological partner. Why it's important? Because we didn't want to buy a system, because then it's very hard to fit it for purpose, and we knew that it will need to develop in terms of services, in terms of different activities which we would like to have inside. It was developed in 2019, and basically the main goal is to put inside as much services which we can give to the business as possible. But this is I would say, like a third step which we took as a Gdańsk Convention Bureau and as a city, because we had the tourist cards, as majority of cities has, and we discovered that we have offer for the leisure guests. And the second step was, then we find out that we do not have an offer for the citizens, so we created the citizen card and the resident card. And the third step was that when we had a tourist card for leisure guests, then we provided services for citizens. We thought that we need something for the business guests and for the event organizers to be more attractive as a second-tier destination. And the work started in, as I mentioned, 2019, and the business decision was that we won't buy it, we will develop it with a startup company who wants to create something new, something innovative, and business-wise, it was as well cheaper for us. And the business model provides incomes as well for the technological partner. He has just a share with the sales, within the sales of tickets and provision of services. So, but I will come back to this. Basically, we were thinking, and we still do, that the power of all is in one. So basically, in terms of services, we have a card or the system which allows you to provide not only event itself, because that's we provide the landing page where you can buy an event ticket, when you can book and pay for your overstay, when you can buy things connected with the public transport, or you can use the public bike system all in one as all chargeable or the free packages which are provided by the event organizer. What's important that the system itself, it has also the validation part, so within one and using just a mobile phone with the Android system, you can have already the check-in systems or check-in point for your staff. That's in terms of services, but what was important for us, that first of all, not everybody wants to use an app only, but we wanted to have basically solution which is connected with the city strategy in terms of sustainability. Because that's something which is very important for us in terms of actions of the city authorities. So first of all, on the left, we can provide the cards which are from eco material, which are basically recycled. But as well, we can save a lot of things connected with the printing materials. The card itself can be the marketing material, but as well, this system allows us to be in a permanent contact with attendees. So basically, that's what we've heard today, that one of the parts of the program was cancelled. That's something where we can communicate with the participants via or push or emails. So basically, we need to be, and we want to be in a constant in touch communication with the users. What's important from today, what I would like to achieve to show you first that not only technological company can provide technological solutions, but as well, I will show you how this goes in line with 4 pillars of ICA. And a third, I will want you to come out with a few nice Polish words. I don't know if you ever heard the Polish language, który brzmi mniej więcej jak taki, on jest bardzo dźwięczny, bardzo fajny i później też będziecie mówić mniej więcej w tym stylu. So it was slowly, as just an example how it can work. So afterwards I wish that you will come out with a few Polish words as well. What's important in a system itself? So basically, if somebody do not want to use the card, we have mobile app as well. And a mobile app is followed or is in additional asset is the conference badge, which is also from the recycled material, and it's fulfilled with the seeds of grass. So basically, after the event, you can lay it to the ground and you can grow some grass from it. Basically, for us, the importance was that you can not only provide with a tool for the users, but as well you can guide them through your event and through the city and through the assets which are important for event organizer, for us as the representatives of the city, and as a convention bureau to fulfill the strategical ways of dealing with the city itself. So, well, okay. In terms of contact with the guests, what is important is we can provide it upfront the event, as well during the event and post-event. This is also a system which gives us big importance to gaining data, asking your guests how did they do during the events, what was the best, and as well it can provide you all with the ideas for the future, for the next next part of your event, if it's a yearly or you are offering or organizing it more than once. The engagement for the city is, as I mentioned, those three systems which we can say that Treevent is a third leg which we launched. So basically, Gdańsk is inhabited by 470,000 people, and yearly is visited by 4.5 million. We are talking about leisure guests as well as the business guests. And the 84th place in ICA ranking made us to think of it how to engage as well the citizens to provide the sustainability and to avoid negative impact of the events within the city, because during the summertime we are packed with leisure guests because of the seaside, because of the not a beautiful weather as here we have, but more than 70 museums which we have in the city can allow us to provide a lot of cultural and event content as well. So we launched a project that, first of all, we want to convert our business guests to the leisure guests as well in the future, but as well allows to involve citizens in terms of different events which we have, dependable on a topic of the event, but as well we want them to be engaged, to be a part of the event, to take part in the event, but we very often use the citizens and the local branch to be, for example, the tour guides for our business guests, or the several sometimes I'm losing the English word. As you know, this is not my native language, but several services which can be provided by the local companies and the local entities. Of course, it's important to avoid, as Gdańsk is a part of the bigger metropole, and it is in a so-called three cities. So basically, there is a Gdańsk, Gdynia, and Sopot in a region which is connected by the one long road, and it's very often in Poland transport with a car or the individual transport is being used. So what we've came up with is to connect and be able to provide event participants with the public transport, which is 24 hours. It costs around not even €1 for the organizer, and basically then you can move forward along the whole metropole, not only the city of Gdańsk, but as well Gdynia, Sopot, and the Pomeranian region. So basically, we want to make it as easy as possible for the users. Otherwise, the cultural aspect, which we have, an amount of museums, amount of galleries, amount of cultural events which are going on, we want to also provide, and we encourage organizers to not only look at your event, but it's good that event participants can gain a little bit of a legacy, of a heritage of the place where they are. So not only that the system via app or via card can allows you to be a part of the event, of the business event, but that's in the same time your ticket for the museum, your ticket for public transport. That's basically, I will tell about this in a second, that also provides you to eat in several restaurants which are local, which provide you with the local food, and that's all in one. So basically, you don't need to, you don't have to separately pay for the different different services which are provided for you. And in this term, it's very important the connection with the tourist card, because from one hand, that allows us to give the services during the event, as today, that if you would like to go today to the museum, you would have it in one card, because basically the Treevent allows the card to be your conference badge as well. So identification with the connection with the AI is also very usable. But from the other hand, that can give you the access to 1, 2, 3, or to certain museums which organize it once or which you want to give to the guests. So basically that allows you to provide and be a little bit guide for people to visit the most powerful or the most important things in your city. This solution has many flavors, as I mentioned. As well, we developed the product in Gdańsk, which is called the Taste of Gdańsk. And that's the, I would say, I think that's the first project, which is a culinary project with this, which do not rely on a recommendation, so it's not a guide, but it's a place where you can buy a package, culinary package, and you can use it in 15 different restaurants, which has recipes from the cookbook from 19th century. Because for the very long time, we didn't have the answer for the question, what's the local food? Which, if anybody have been to Poland? No, okay. But I will show it to you later, because the Polish food is, it has an influence from all over the world. But for example, we have a gingerbread soup, which is quite significant, and we didn't know that until 2 years ago, because the old cookbook was refreshed, and we created the touristic package with the connection connected with culinary, and that's also is like a part of the can be a part of the business package which is provided for your guests. And that's, of course, it's something which is important, that some of them can be additional chargeable, and that's also something what you can buy directly from your card, from your Treevent system, or can be postponed, so you can buy it now and use it later when you will come back with your family, or if you came to the event with your family, that's something what you can use in the meantime. But that gives us the endless opportunity as well to use different services. This is the example that which is very often used last minute. So basically, the fast track at the Gdańsk airport. So wherever you are going back from the event and you are a little bit late or you are lacking of time, so that's something which can be additionally uploaded to your account. And at the airport, you just touching your card with the device, and you're done. So this is important as well in terms of providing the VIP services, which can be uploaded as well. So the biggest idea and the overall outcome is that we want to have a lot of services in one place. It can be developed because we know that not all services are known today for us. And in terms of our guests, it's also important that we are getting to know each other. So we are getting to know during the event their habits, we know their needs, and that's why then we can provide them with the solutions which they can have in one place. And moving forward, guests which are the business guests for the moment, we would like them to be converted to the leisure guests in the future. And that's something which we're always lacking, because the Gdańsk, in terms of the weather, that's the place when June, July, August, as most of the Europe is more the leisure time because of the weather, and we are on the seaside. But the rest of the year, It's more reliable on the business, on the events, on the conferences, congresses, which are growing, and the importance of this is growing. But then, nevertheless, it's not enough. And we will never have, maybe in a few decades, we will have a similar weather because of the change of the climate. But for today, we want to encourage people to come back. And because of its big heritage, because Gdańsk is a place when solidarity movement and all democratical changes in Europe started. That's the place when, from one side, the Second World War started. So, as well, there is a big heritage of the international influence in terms of architecture. We would like to provide the possibility for guests to come back with their families in week, month, or a year, but you can use the same card, which was your conference badge and a conference or mobile app during the conference. You can use it and upload it with your private packages or the leisure packages for you and for your family. So why we say that it's very fit for purpose in terms of the 4 pillars which we talk here at ICA. And sustainability in Polish is a very simple word. Zrównoważony rozwój. If you would like to try, come on, don't be shy. It's a very simple one. That I choose one of the simplest. So that's the phonetic. So it should be easier now. Zrównoważony rozwój. Come on, try. Oh, perfect. But why? Basically, we can provide the digital agendas. We can print less. We can save the environment in terms of the paper tickets or eliminate materials which needs to be printed. And we are basically constantly in touch with our guests. But we don't need to use anything which is, as I said, which is printed. We can provide them with a push, with the event updates, with the time schedules, but we can guide them. We can be their guides, which is also very important in terms of being at the event, but prior event, during event, and post-event, if they want to be visible in your city. Integrates eco-friendly materials, which I mentioned. So, for example, when you're using the app, you can use also the badge, which is recycled and which is filled with the plant seeds. So there's a lot of ideas which we came up with, but as well we can measure the footprint. So we can do a lot of data which can then allows you to prepare your next event better, much more sustainable, and much more fit for purposes in terms of this what we want to do, and the world is going basically. So, and the second thing is that of course all this in conjunction with sustainability is like additional points for you to bid for the events, which is of course one of the biggest assets for the event organizers when you are in a destination. So it's something which we do not forget about as well. You can use the card as your name badge. You can have the contact between the speaker and audience. You can have a contact, we can provide a contact as well with audience by themselves, between them as well. Okay, the business focus, which is also in terms of organizers or the event providers, which is very important. This one is much simpler in Polish. So you can, sorry, it's going down. That's the way when you have a square head. So. Okay, the phonetically, skoncentrowany na przedsiębiorczości. Easy. So you can try. Want to try now? Oh, it's okay. I'm managing. Yeah. Ladies now. Come on, skoncentrowany na przedsiębiorczości. Sorry? Okay, that can be at the very end. That's quite interesting. Yeah, the business overall is very important as well. As for the destination, as for the CVB, but as well for the events organizers. Basically everything which simplifies attendees' experience, it's very well taken by the organizers. Reduces the cost of printing, which is not only the big asset for the environment, but also it's more cost effective, and we go towards these solutions because nowadays each dollar or each euro or each zloty is very valuable. Provides the real-time insights. That's something which nowadays, and in a world when we rely on online information and being pushed with from different perspective, to put your attendee attention towards your program, towards your event, is very important. And as fast as you will do this, it's going to be more effective. It can be tailored. So basically, that's also, you can provide the services which fits for purpose, and you won't provide something which your attendee or somebody who's your guest do not want, because we are very often the witnesses that the program or is overpacked or you don't have a time to be everywhere. So basically, you can ask, you can gain information from the attendees, what they want, when they want to go, what they want to do, how much free time do they want to have. And that also gives this legacy, which I will tell in a minute. Because it's important that people, it's not really matters if we are in a conference room in Paris, Gdańsk, New York, or in Abu Dhabi, if you don't have a time to see the outside world, because it's only the conference room. But that can be tailored and fit for purpose. And easily is adaptable for the different event size, for the events of different sizes. So basically, it can be in operation with the small events, but as well with the big congresses. We've operated in Gdańsk, in Poland. The Solidarity movement is a huge name. It's a heritage, and yearly we have an event which commemorates those democratical changes, and it's around 15,000 people within 4 days, which are served by the system. And that allows them as well to spread the movement a little bit. So you don't want everything to be in place in one time, but you can schedule the program. And as well, which is very important, that whenever you have the breakout rooms, which shouldn't be allowed for everybody, that's also something which provides the access control for it and check people who are entitled or not to be there. And strengths even bidding. So basically, as an additional asset, and that works for us as well, additional assets to gain the international events with the different sizes. Okay, that's going to be the easy one. It's going to be in Polish as well, as you can think of. Legacy. So it's dziedzictwo. Dziedzictwo. Okay, man, you need to be a little bit louder. You know, we are half an hour, I'm talking, so now you need to give me a break a little bit. So, dziedzictwo. Dziedzictwo. Oh, come on, you're getting more and more. Okay, now a little. Yeah, dziedzictwo. So basically, the legacy which I mentioned is important. It's in our, I would say, it's our backbone a little bit. Because the event itself, and that's what we're doing as a branch, it has an influence for local people living there, but as well for the natural environment, and it influences us as a branch as well. So that enables the contact with which I mentioned, the communication, builds strong event recognition for the participants, foster ongoing communication, and retains insights and learnings from the past events. So that's something which is, I would say, the most important thing for the event organizer. So you need to know what you can do better next time, and how you can entertain your guests, and how you can make your guests happy because of the content as well. So that's the very interesting thing, because There is a saying that people won't remember what you do, people won't remember what you said, people will always remember how you make them feel. And that's something when you will say, good morning, goodbye, how are you today? And if you are ready for the event, that's something which sometimes is much more valuable for the guests than the content itself. I know that it doesn't sound good, but that's how it is basically in life as well. And that gives you the long-term relationship with your guests. Nobody wants to be forgotten that you came here, you came home, and that's it. And not only in terms of sales, but also in terms of this that you were our guests. You came here from all over the world, so basically you would like to be remembered as well. That's the system, what the system gives you. Okay, and that's the fourth pillar. So diversity, equity, and inclusion. As you can imagine, that's going to be 3 Polish words now. And those are going to be quite a long ones, so you need to be prepared. Are you ready now? Okay. Różnorodność, równość, współuczestnictwo. Those are the easiest ones. The easiest ones. Okay, so let's go one by one, okay? Różnorodność. Ah, perfect. Let's go for the little hint. Równość. Oh, come on, don't be so shy. It's not a time for being shy now. Równość. See, Polish is easy, eh? And now the best one. Współuczestnictwo. Współuczestnictwo. It's not easy for me either, that's my native language. So, but those are not only the thumb breakers, but we use it on a daily basis. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? And that's something which is very close to our heart. So it's a post-registration for attendees with the special needs. So you can recognize your guests, whether somebody has different needs than yourselves. We more and more often have people with different disabilities. We can provide them with a proper service. What's important also, enables participation without fear of judgment. So sometimes, as you remember the first sentence or the first word in Polish, nobody wanted to say anything. Oh, what they will say, etc. Sometimes there are people which want to be not visible, basically. They don't want to be encouraged to do something loud. And you can as well be in contact in a respectful and quiet manner. Basically, we can provide an information on respect cultural differences. We can ask your guests for the different things. We can provide the guidelines for the different things. So as well, we are more and more international, different cultures, different religions, and the world is more and more open. So that's something which as well allows you to ask, which allows you to give a hint or be a little bit as a guideline, and emphasize the inclusion and equity at events. So thanks to solutions which allows you to not print as much, to not waste your food which you are given at the event, etc. That gives the more importance, and as well, from basically in our case, that's very important. That allows us to tell the city authorities how the business is important, because it's not only gain money and it's not only the business perspective, but also it respects our rules and it respects the different lines which strategically they are very important for the city authorities. So basically, Treevent is a system which was provided not by the technological company, but it was supported by a technological company. What was important, it follows our ideas as a destination management company and as authorities who are responsible for gaining the touristic traffic. That allows you quiet, respectful communication with your guests, but allows as well and be additional asset for the event organizer in terms of bidding for the different big events. And that gives you the event insight, speaker management, the meeting itself management, so live additional information for the guys which are participating your event. So basically, that's the registration on-site solutions, but provides you to emphasize what's important for you as a city, what's important for you as an event organizer, and what's important for you as a participant. So a big database which you can gain from it. It's not only the quantity, but the quality which you can improve, which you can provide, and which basically allows you to go and move on with your event. And why it was so important for us to transfer and to make this a little bit transfer or transit from the business guest to the leisure guest, and why we do believe that Gdańsk is a city where it's worth to be, when it's worth to come back, and it's worth to see. And this is a little short film which I would like to show you, and maybe it will be much easier, rather me to talk, that you can feel it by yourself. And the last Polish word, authentically, is autentycznie. You can try this one. That's the simpler one. Autentycznie. Oh, come on, you're getting better and better. But you know, this is why, sorry, I wanted to go back one slide, yeah. This is why we strongly believe that it's worth to convert your guests. So basically, this is the third leg of the overall, I would say, technological package which we provided, because of the heritage and to be respectful towards the citizens, to grow the tourism, because that's at the very end one of the business goals for city authorities, and secondly, to do this in a respectful manner. So basically the citizen card and the tourist card, I will speak a little bit more about the citizen card tomorrow at 10:30 if you would be interested in a poster session. But that's something which allows to as well gain data. So you can, that's one of the, I would say, rare systems or rare opportunities when Gdańsk, who has 470,000 inhabitants, in a system we have 340,000. So it's more than 70% of people living there. And we can ask them questions. So that's something which is very important. Twice a year we do the measurements of this, how do they see the tourism, what do they think about it, and how it should be improved. And how do you think, what the citizens can say about tourism when you ask them? Is it important now? Not important? I don't want to guests in my house, etc. How do you think? What percentage, okay, what would you give the percentage of I like tourism towards citizens? Come on, give me some guess. Sorry? It is 85% of the citizens with the city as Gdańsk says that tourism is very important in terms of the business, in terms of industry, and incomes for the city. And that's also something which was for us, first of all, it was a surprise, because when you will speak with the city authorities, basically they are very much focused on its citizens. That's obvious. But from the other hand, they very often have a wrong perception of this, that people are coming and locals do not like them. Because we have that in Barcelona, in Amsterdam, or different cities when we had over-tourism. And we're in a stage where we are the lucky ones that we can ask them and prevent some things. So as most of the cities, a lot of heritage is just strictly in a city center. And we provide with the Treevent system in conjunction with the tourist card possibility to start from outside. So basically we spared or provided like a first day you can see the outside of the city, and the second day there are attractions within the middle of the city, and you can spread it so not everybody goes in the same time to the same attraction at once. So basically that gives you a big opportunity to crowd management as well. So I think that's something which is unique in terms of this, what we said. Okay, and that's it. Thank you very much. I have a square head, so that's why it's falling apart sometimes, but I hope that I gave you a little bit of insight how it worked. And the most important thing from our side is that you not always need to buy a system which is expensive. You can grow it along with your need when you will find a technological partner, and I think that's also something which is important from this. Thank you very much. Yes? It doesn't work?
Hi, thank you for that. I just want to check with you, is this system only exclusive to be used and within Gdańsk, or is this something that can be used in any country with any organizer?
So basically what we do, we have, as we are the owner, so now we have it in force in 35 other cities in Poland. So we have a licensed business model that we can spread it towards not only Poland, but also for the different countries.
And it's possible to then plug and synergize that with local registration systems,
so basically what that gives, and the conjunction with the Treevent system along with the tourist card, that's also the powerful tool which we use very often now as we spread it to the 35 cities, that we can provide as well the touristic offer not only within our city. So for example, when we have sometimes events which are spread to the different cities as well, we can have the touristic offer as well from the different cities. I don't know if you've heard about the flood which we had recently in Poland. It was 2 months ago. So as well we have our system in 3 cities which were hardly damaged during the flood. And we, in terms of tourist card, we sell like packages which can be used in 1 year or year and a half as a support for the branch, basically. So people of Gdańsk now can buy a package in a different city and use it like in 1 year's time. So basically money goes now, but then you can use the service in a different time. So basically, yes, that can be bought in a SaaS. So basically we do the service system as a service model, and our technological partner is as well the developer in a different locations.
Can you put money in the card and use it as entrance fee to museums or to
So basically
purchase?
that's the prepayment method. So basically in terms of the users, it very much depends on how many attractions you want to have included, or it's also with the culinary package. So you can pay upfront, and then when you go to the attractions or you are using the restaurant, it's just you are They put in the card to the mobile, and it's done. So you don't need to put additional payments. So basically, the payment is upfront, but it's packaged.
Thank you for everything. If we need to learn more about this card, how can we get this?
I will get you my direct contact, and myself with my team can explain everything what's needed. So,
Thank you for your information. Thank you.
thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. It was my debut in Lady Castle. I hope it wasn't so bad. Hard start, but I think the rest was okay. Thank you very much.